You have to be wise. Obviously, there's not unlimited resources in this country at this time, and I think in this testing, what if I was a community doc, when would I order this? Well, if you're not already ordering it for your next-gen sequencing assay already for your non-small cell lung, patients who, as I shared, tend to be younger, who don't fit your typical profile of a patient, for example, a non-smoker, it may be worth ordering that drug. Papillary thyroid cancer patients who are iodine refractory, who have no other alterations, exactly. Sarcoma patients. Not all of the vendors carry fusion. For example, Oncomine, I think there's a separate panel.
Right.
Foundation One, for example, it's a DNA NGS panel which covers NTRK 1, 2, and NTRK 3 ETV6. But you really have to order Foundation Heme, which is an RNA-seq panel to cover all of the different possible partners for NTRK3.
So the ones, what you're saying is that yours for the NTRK 3, you need to order more, but essentially in the one test. So you need to know what test are you looking, because the other thing is there's so many vendors out there now.
Yeah.
And so you have to be, as even an oncologist, a practicing community, you've got to look at and go, am I getting all the genes that can be picked up in this patient? Is that accurate?
Yeah. I think the vast majority, at least, and I'm not sure, I can't really speak to this data-wise, but at least the vast majority of patients that we see that come from the outside have Foundation One testing. And as I shared, Foundation One testing does cover 1, 2, and ETV6 NTRK 3 fusion partner. If you, which should cover a fair number of the NTRK patients, but to really be comprehensive, you'd really have to order. And I think there's a way to order Foundation Heme, kind of for a solid tumor patient. And my understanding is that Foundation is considering incorporating, since this new approval, incorporating these further NTRK fusion patients. The other vendors include Caris, excuse me, which can incorporate the Archer fusion assay, which covers everything.
Okay.
Those are probably the two biggest vendors out there. There are other vendors like we use in our institution. We use Oncomine platform with a fusion assay that has been incorporated.
So essentially, what you're saying is it doesn't. There are different assays out there. There are different. Products out there. There are different companies out there which are producing these, but you just, as an oncologist, you just have to make sure you are getting all the genes that you're looking for, especially, you have to be aware of what it is, NTRK 1, 2, and 3, you've got to be aware of all the fusions so that you're sure that, or you can ask that question saying, hey, are you testing for NTRK 1, 2, and 3, all three of them?
Right, exactly. There's a number, and I'm sure there's, as we speak, more additional vendors who are coming on board. But I think it's important to just ask, is there a fusion assay if you really want to test for NTRK, and to ask specifically, what genes are being tested.